In December, I reached out to a friend who had a bunch of guitars for sale, and I posted a video about it. That's where a Paul Reed Smith, a Les Paul Custom, a bunch of other guitars. I'm rounding the end of it. So I wanted to give an update. I went and picked up the last couple kind of straggler guitars. A bunch of those guitars have already been sold. They went really quickly. Sold a 52 Telly reissue. Sold a 50th anniversary Strat, a 60th anniversary Telly, an original Wolfgang, a PV Wolfgang. So this is a 90s sometime. It's an Ibanez. It is a gumball finish. It's a really cool guitar, super shreddy, locking trim, has a bunch of bells and whistles, works really well. So this guitar is actually getting packed up today, and we're going to go ahead and ship it out. The other one is I picked up this 12-string. So this is an Alvarez AD60. And here's a fun fact. The brand of guitars that I've owned the most of that is not Martin, I'm pretty sure is Alvarez. I've owned a ton of them. The town I grew up in, there was a store called the Guitar and Amp Center, and they sold American-made guitars, and I just couldn't ever afford their guitars for a long time. So there was another guitar shop in town. It was called Hometown Music. It's still here in town. They're really generous. They're really wonderful. Chuck has a great store. So they always sold Alvarez guitars, and I always thought that they play really well. They have really good necks. But this 12-string is really wonderful. So the AJ60, so that's the Artist Series. So that means that it's all of the finish appointments that they have, the rosewood board. It's a solid top and then laminate back and sides. So this is laminate maple back and sides, and it's got a really beautiful piece of maple here. And then this headstock. I just think that that's the coolest and most beautiful. It's so simple, so beautiful, and it just looks like a guitar that's much more expensive. This guitar sounds really good, and 12 strings. I think you really should think about it. If you are in a guitar playing rut, if you don't know what to do, and if you just get stuck playing the same tunes over and over and over, you can get this. I'm probably going to sell this between $200 and $300 with a hard case. So it's a really low impact, easy way to get just a good shot of inspiration. I mean, this guitar sounds so good. So the Guitar Safari, basically the deal that we worked out was I said, hey, I don't have enough money to buy all these guitars. I'll buy some of the guitars, but for the majority of them, I'm not going to have the money to buy them. What I will do is we worked out a commission rate, really simple for the seller. I took all the guitars. I'm cleaning them up. I'm restringing them. I'm making sure that they play really well before they ship out. And then when they sell, I take all of my expenses out of my percentage. And so we just split a percentage of the net revenue. So the net cash that comes off of this deal, I get a percentage, that he gets a percentage. It works out really well. We keep short accounts. We do, each time a guitar sells, usually we kind of hang it within a week. One of the ways you can help is just say, hey, I will, and I don't want to tell you my percentage because it always changes, but typically between 25 and 35%. You try not to chop people down at the knees, and you also have to read the situation. You don't want to take advantage of people or lowball people. So for me, typically it's depending on how much work it's going to be. So if it's a guitar that I have to restring and set up, and then it's an unusual guitar, it's going to take a long time for me to find someone to buy it. I'm just going to wait, I'm going to build into my costs the amount of time, the amount of materials, and the time of headache it's going to take for me to sell the guitar for somebody. A good way for you to make money buying and selling guitars is if there are guitars you just can't afford, if it just doesn't work out for you to buy them, you do work out a commissionable rate. And then from there, you take good pictures, you clean the guitars up, you restring them, you make sure that they're playing really well. And then if you so desire, it always helps to make videos of people hearing them so that they can make an informed decision on what they sound like. And then they'll just have to trust you, and you'll have to work on your repertoire of your vocabulary for guitar sounds. It's not helpful to just say, oh, it sounds good. Oh, it sounds awesome. You have to start throwing in bigger words. You have to start throwing in, it is a powerful guitar with boomy low end, has chimey high end, jangly treble. You start finding these adjectives. It's kind of like food words where there's a lot of like creamy, smooth, crunchy, chunky, all of those kind of things. Texture words that translate into guitars. But I just wanted to give you a quick update. I'm Jeremy. I'm the Guitar Hunter. Thanks for watching this video. Please go find cool guitars, and when you do, tag me along the way. We want to fill the world with music and friendship. That's what Guitar Hunters do.